I've got a quick Mother's Day idea that will be fun and meaningful. Hello everyone, I'm Alisa of Alisa Laporte Art, and today I thought I would share with you a fun and very meaningful idea for Mother's Day, something you can do for your mother, or you can message me. I have a few openings for those who are in the US just to make sure it can get there by Mother's Day. So let me know in the comments below. If you would like to see future videos like this, as well as tutorials and reviews, think about subscribing and click the bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. So let's get into our Mother's Day idea. Many of you might have seen this style of painting before, where you do an outline of the person without faces. You can also add faces. I have done it both ways. Both are very meaningful and very special, and creating a fun picture of her with her children or loved ones is a great way to show how much you love your mother. We've created an outline of our mother with her new baby. This is a new mom. You can have it bigger if you want, if you have more people. This is just the size I'm doing today. So you'll just need some watercolor paints, some water, a few brushes, and a waterproof micron pen. This one has archival ink, and it is waterproof and water resistant. I mean, you do need to wait for it to dry. You don't just put it on and then immediately add your paint. You can put your watercolor first and then do your pen lines, or you can do your pen lines first and then add your watercolor. I like to do my pen lines first. I have a 0.2. You can get a smaller one if you like. After I've drawn all the pen lines, I usually like to wait at least 5 minutes or so. I will go through and erase all the pencil lines, and that also helps me make sure that the ink is in fact all dry, because if it does smudge a little, then I know some of it was not quite dry. If you're wondering why I didn't tape off this side, I'm not going to use enough paint to really make it warp. I just need to hold it down. I just take my kneaded eraser and kind of rub it over top. I've done some of these with pets before, with whole family portraits. You can really do anything you want with them. And I've had some people who request no faces just for the artistry of knowing who that person is. And I've had some who very specifically asked to have the faces in there. There's no wrong way. It's all just a matter of preference. Generally, the first thing I like to start with when I start my painting is the flesh. So for this, I just use Cad Red light and a little bit of Cad Yellow light. We'll use this to test it. It's a very pale skin tone. I think I might want just a touch more pink in it. Okay, there we go. If you feel like it's a little too dark, I can always add a little bit of water to lighten it. Okay, now I'm gonna go in. I'll start with her face. Just drop in the color. So now it's almost like a coloring book to start with. You're just going to fill in those shapes that are flesh tone. I might go back a little bit into the hairline just because there's not, and even just fill in that. We are gonna put a little bit of hair there, but babies don't usually have, most babies don't have usually a lot of hair. Some babies do. Okay, we've got all of our flesh tone now. I know for sure I want her to be wearing blue jeans. I don't want them too dark to begin with. I want them fairly light. So I'm gonna add some of this turquoise to brighten that color up a little bit. Always check your color. I've really found that either Micron or Staedtler for their pens seem to be really great when I'm doing these type, kneading the pen and using water media with them. I haven't had very many issues unless I just didn't wait for it to fully dry. That's my fault. Now I want these to look like they're a little washed out, so I got my brush clean and I'm wiping away some of the excess water, and I'm just gonna touch in a little bit on the front here and blot out a little bit. Gives it a little bit more of a washed out look. And I'm gonna darken the knee and the underside here. Okay, I'll wait for that to dry. Now she has blonde hair, and I know blonde hair can be very difficult. I'm gonna go into this yellow ochre, and I'm not gonna go everywhere, but I'm gonna go into some areas, and it's gonna give us this blonde look. Because if you know somebody with really blonde hair, it has some white tones, some kind of yellowish tones, but we really don't want to go into like yellow. That won't look natural. But this yellow ochre tends to look more like a natural blonde hair. I'm gonna do the baby's hair a little bit more of a brownish color. Let's see. I'm gonna go right over this flesh tone to see if that's what I want. I think that's gonna be dark enough for me, at least for now. So I'm just gonna touch the back of his head, because regardless of how much hair, he's gonna have a shadow down there. So I'm gonna just touch that, clean my brush, and pull the rest of it over, just blend it over. So the top of his head looks like there's a little bit more flesh coming through. And I think the mom's hair is dry at this point, so I'm gonna actually take some of that brown, because even with blonde hair, you have a little bits of brown, especially in the underside of your hair. It's gonna look darker. So here's where I kind of go in and do a little bit more detailing. I will put on the layer of color, and then when I go back, I add a little bit more detail. That's just my own touch. That's what I like to do. You can just go through and leave everything just a solid color. I've seen that a lot. You can probably hear my daughter playing outside. I think for this baby, it's a little boy, I'm gonna do a turquoise blanket, a very pale turquoise. I'm gonna leave his onesie white. See, this part you can make up. If you don't like the clothes somebody's wearing, or if they don't like it, you can always change that part. That part's easy. Change the color. If it's a pattern, you don't like the pattern, just make it a solid color. Now for mom, I will kind of have a pink shirt. This is actually quin red. I love the quinacridone colors. Now when I'm going next to like areas here where I already went into it, you want to be very careful that you don't touch there, otherwise it will bleed into it, and then I'll have pink in his little turquoise blanket, and that's not what I'm going for. Her necklace is kind of gold, and her sandals are kind of a goldish color as well, kind of golden brown. I'm gonna use raw sienna for the sandals. And this part of the sandal actually has a design on it, and it's much lighter. It's kind of a beige color. So I'm gonna actually mix a little bit of my yellow ochre and this brown mixture to get that for the first coat. It's almost white, so I really want to be careful how much I actually go into there. Once that's dry, I'll add the pattern that is in her shoes, and I'm going to use my same raw sienna to make the gold in the necklace. If you don't have like a quinacridone gold, you can just use a sienna. Now to me it looks a little too light. I want to really deepen those colors up and add more dimension to my painting. So this is where I'm gonna go in and, like I did in the hair, just add more value to my piece. So I'm gonna go back in with her shirt first, using the same color, just adding a tiny bit more pigment. And I'm gonna kind of go along some of the edges that would have a shadow, and just create those shadows. There we go. Now let's go into our turquoise. Thinking this blanket is gonna have a few stripes in it, just to add a little bit more texture up here, because I'm gonna have a little texture in her shoes, and I don't want your eye to be focusing on her shoes. I want it up here. So by adding a texture to the blanket, it'll bring our eyes up again. I will do the same thing with her face, adding some shadows. Now for the detail in our shoe. It's just a simple zigzag. I think I like it. You can even write something around it if you want, like mommy and me, or I'll love you always. Some fun little saying would be super cute to add to it, and you can even do like a little heart. Make sure it's all dry. Erase any pencil marks. I see an eraser shaving under this tape, and it's been driving me nuts this whole time. So what I ended up putting is Mommy and Me. Sometimes the littlest things take up the most room in your heart, which I thought was perfect for her and her newborn. And you can come up with any quotes or sayings, or you can just leave it blank as is, whatever you would like to do for your painting. I hope this helped you guys come up with something very fun and very memorable for your mom. Mothers are so wonderful and they work so hard to make sure that we have the best of everything. And I'm so grateful to my mom and all that she has done for me and for my mother-in-law and my grandmother. I hope you guys all have a happy Mother's Day. Consider subscribing if you would like to see more videos like this, as well as other tutorials and reviews. Click the bell so you can be notified when I upload those videos. And don't forget to check out my video I did on farm fresh eggs. I'll link it over here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!